to spookers, so I'm not. So does divine energy work the same as holy or not?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. So I got a 14 normal crit, doubles it. So it's 28.
Oh my
and
god!
It's 28 and.
Damn it!
And holy doubles the damage, right?
Yep.
Jesus. I gotta work that out.
I'm going to have to do a lot of dice rolls now.
Yep. Have fun with that.
Holy crap.
Holy crap, indeed.
Okay, my second attack is also a critical hit.
Jesus sake, Poseidon.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not gonna have us roll damage anymore. I'm gonna say this. After the Doolahans, just stunned this guy, everybody just fucking wailed on him. And just chopped him to fucking pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Rubicante's bloody, beaten body falls to the ground and begins to get sucked back into the portal of hell. And as his mangled form is just being dragged back into the afterlife, he manages to choke out, "Lelia, is that you?"
And then I hit him. Then I decapitate him.
What the fuck? And he's dragged back into hell. And congratulations, you guys just solved Mockin.
Jesus.
Nice.
There's like 5 criticals in a row.
No, there's one thing we have to do first. We are.
I'm not saying
this
the
thing.
session's over. I'm just saying that you
No.
solved.
No,
You
no.
solved my demon puzzle.
We're burning this place to the
Puzzle?
ground.
Agreed.
I just quietly scoop up Brom's thigh in my jaws and kind of wiggle it
no, you
off and
don't.
munch on it.
As
Still
the demons drag back into hell and all the devil worshippers are dead, the Doolahans look at each other and like, well, guys, you want to go to the afterlife? Yeah, I guess it's time. And they rise into the heavens in a ray of light.
I'm challenging Talia for Brom's corpse.
I sort of do the motions that you do for like to send.
I'm just standing up with Brom's corpse dangling from my mouth by his thigh.
What were you doing, Harry? Harry, what were you doing?
I do like the motions that you do for funeral rites.
Like D&D sign of the cross?
Yeah.
Nice.
I seriously will.
Force of habit.
I will fight you for that corpse.
Howard gets Sancho for a job well done.
Lelia just stands there, just gazing, her legs shaking in absolute anger at what just happened.
Well, town's empty. I'm going back upstairs and I'm taking every fucking thing in this goddamn town. Goodbye.
I agree, and I'm going with you.
I grab what's left of Brom's corpse and like tear off part of it and fly after them. Dibs! I'm burning everything.
Buddy seems disturbed that we're doing so much things with a dead body.
I return and grab his hand and bring him with me.
Let's walk that with. Gonna leave the Satanic Temple all alone then?
No. Oh hell no.
I'm just leaving so they can burn it down, basically.
Yeah.
Because
Or
I
consecrate it.
kind of don't like to be burned alive in temples.
Yes.
You're so vanilla
All right.
sometimes.
You got a town full of corpses, a bar full of dead Chris Hemsworths and Chris Evans, and a couple of Robert Downey Jr.'s and one Anderson Cooper. You loot the town for a grand total of 200 GP.
Yeah. Now
Is
it's
there any-
time to have. Now it's time to have some fun.
Was there any special weapons or anything in like the weapon shop, or was it all just crap?
They had some standard weapons. You do find a red orb hidden in what the fuck did I call this place?
The Fun Emporium, I think.
The Wiggins Emporium of Fun. It's very pretty. You don't know what it is.
Knowledge Arcana. And
You're not
Simple.
there. You're burning.
no,
I'm-
I'm basically.
Yeah, you're
I'm just
burning.
kinda,
Weren't you burning?
so,
I kind of bring it to
Sort of.
Lelia, I guess, because she's the
like,
closest.
I'm basically playing Godzilla.
Or
There's
whoever.
no way I'm still going out for a spin with this form.
Can I
Or
appraise it,
spiraling with
actually?
temper tantrum.
Would appraise work?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see if that works. Because everybody else is merely burning things, so I'll leave them to it.
Tig's
Lily
off
is just,
leading.
Lily is
Yeah.
just brooding because she doesn't know how to really handle that. And this
Li-
is the
li-
first time she's ever really met her father in person, and he just went down like a bitch.
Yeah, so
He didn't even get to talk with us.
Okay. So you know Palantirs in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a very specific sort of communication orb.
It's a very specific demon, I imagine.
With a very specific master that it reaches. I didn't say demon.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not gonna activate it. I'm going to wait until Lelia's back in talking shape.
I could.
have Talia or Riara eat it.
Or if
I
Tig
can.
Tig do it?
Yeah, I have pretty good Arcana.
Hey, I'll bring it to Tig. Hey,
His
Tig,
leading course looks. Oh,
What do you make of this?
I make an 18.
Okay. It's a very rare sort of communication orb. As a goblin, you're not particularly familiar with it, but you do know that sometimes members of your species will be rallied by a particularly ambitious political figure. And a good number of them, these black-clad titans of industry, if you will, use these kind of things to help communicate with their dark legions.
That is nothing good at all, and we should probably destroy it somehow.
Just put
Alrighty.
it in front of AR. That's basically going to be gone. It goes gone.
I just kind
It's
of.
connected to evil bad things.
Well,
That or we could just blow it up.
Howard, you want to come here for a minute?
What's up?
Tig says this thing is evil. You have a holy weapon. You want to give it a smack?
Lelia just simply walks up and does it anyways with both her swords.
Tig is diving out of the way because he's not trusting this to stay sane.
Yeah, I'm dodging.
So you know that scene in Lord of the Rings where Gimli's like, "Let's destroy it right here."
And I guess we're back then.
So you use both your swords, you say,
Well,
to hit
one
the
of them.
Palantir.
Well, one of them.
You wanna make it one of them? Which one?
Yes. Well, they're both fucking the same stat-wise,
Oh, no.
so.
Okay, nice. You just lost one of your swords.
Oh no.
You hit that Palantir, and your
Whoa.
sword blade shatters into pieces.
Well, I didn't think this one through.
No, you didn't.
I just kind of make a sign at her as a, like, I got it.
Well, should we leave it here or take it along with us?
I don't want it.
If we leave it, some other idiot's gonna find it. The demon's gonna contact him, and it's gonna start all over again.
Yeah,
How do we know it's the demon, though?
we don't.
I think it's a safe bet.
Oh,
Maybe
not.
Again, have either Talia or AR just eat it.
No. If it breaks a holy weapon, what the hell's it gonna do to your digestive system?
It's true.
So I just lost the one I just got in Stoker.
It happens. Don't worry. You'll get other opportunities to have swords.
But I still have Demon Rend.
Alright.
So,
Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna go bury people.
Well, what are we going to do with it?
Harry, while you go off to bury people, you see that Buddy is standing by the Odiug corpse, and he looks sad.
I walk over and I comfort him. Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy. Probably shouldn't have sent him over here by himself.
there's more blood. There's more blood in the Inquisitor's hands.
I mean, all of you kind of were part of that decision, though.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him to stop. I was trying to go along with him.
You were trying to run with him.
Yeah.
At least then he probably would have had a chance.
Well, then you would be dead with him.
I take this opportunity to tug on Buddy's hands and have him look at me.
Buddy looks at you.
See, this is why we work in a group. Why nobody's ever alone. That's why I travel with these people. And that's why I'm glad that you know, are tolerating them despite everything.
Buddy looks at you, and he looks at your friends, and looks at Ayara, and then looks at you, and then at the Odiug, and then back to you, and then nods. He seems to have gleaned something from what you said.
Okay, that's good because I am not very articulate. To be fair, I have been drinking beer this entire time.
And then, when you go to bury the corpses, Buddy actually lends a hand digging graves. He's not bad at it. Everyone else who was planning on what to do with the town, and also the scary orb.
Well, Era's basically
was Howard just left
Era's
with it?
basically playing Smaug. Basically, doing flybys at town.
Ayara is enjoying being able to destroy a town for once without getting in trouble for it, yes. Lelia, Tig, and Talia.
There is one thing I want to do first.
Okay.
The kind of the side temple to Gotchmore. I want to go ahead there.
Okay, in the Temple of Gotchmore, it has been desecrated. The skull has been smashed partially to powder. The hides ripped from the walls and smeared with the blood of humans. You find the corpse of the kobold that you had talked to is strung up upside down in this chamber.
Since I'm still in dragon form. Since I'm still in dragon form, I'm just gonna like pick up like a kind of like a piece of like the edge of the teeth, one of the teeth of the skull, and kind of hold it with one claw. Then kind of pull down the kobold, like kind of carrying him by like the scruff of his neck and kind of pulling him out of the air and burying him.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm turning towards it. I saved this one for last. Fireball directly on it.
On the Temple of Gotchmore?
No, on the main temple.
Oh yeah,
Because-
his temple.
It's a stone temple, so you're going to need a bit more than just fire.
It's actually it's one thing specific. Here's a little thing with specifics. This thing is specifically hot enough. Fireball is said to be specifically hot enough to melt through metal. In comparison, stone isn't that hard. It's not hard to melt.
Stone
Yeah,
actually melts at a higher temperature than metal.
Yeah, remember what rock type is super effective against fire?
It's steel type.
Isn't it because metal conducts heat
Okay,
better
so
than stone?
basically what I'm getting is that AR uses spells to destroy the temple, which is great.
Yeah.
Everyone else who has not been doing anything for 20 minutes, what the fuck are you doing? I want to give you time to shine.
Yeah, I just kept getting talked over. Like, I wanted to go and have Tig rig the whole place up with bombs and cause it to cave in on top of the demon temple below it.
Oh.
Which was my original plan.
Tig, you cool with that?
So, like, is Howard just standing there with the Palantir still?
Yeah, I guess. Talia might be there. We don't know.
Having secured Brom's
I don't know where Rafe
thigh,
went.
I left the temple to head back outside with everyone.
Nice.
I was trying to say that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna link something in chat because it popped up on my dashboard in
Whoa.
Tumblr, and I can't deal with this on my own. I can't.
Well, what is it?
I can't deal with this GIF. Anyways, going back to actually getting things accomplished in tonight's session.
What the fuck is this?
What is the context?
I don't know.
I can't have that on the fucking video. I'll be banned from YouTube. Jesus Christ.
Duck in front of me will be fine.
Actually, you kind of won't because cartoon nudity, especially just the chest, is not as regulated.
Just put a duck in front of her. It'll be fine.
That requires editing, though.
We could.
Boom.
Didn't we edit a duck picture to the first session?
That's because I had to take the audio out because the freaking video wouldn't upload for some pissing reason.
How does that woman not break her back?
I don't know.
All and
Why am I still
Okay,
looking at this?
Anyway,
It's hypnotic.
like magnets for your eyes.
Sorry,
Welcome to being a male. Kat.
What the fuck?
Welcome to being a male.
Okay. I've been trying to say this for the last 10 minutes, but Skype keeps fucking with me.
Okay.
Tig wanted to go and check out the bookstore before it gets burned down and see if there's anything of value there.
I'm gonna. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna type something. I can't deal with looking at that.
Okay.
Okay. So at the bookstore.
There. Praise the sun!
I'm at the
No.
bookstore. Most of the stuff in the bookstore is boring shit like how to farm better and also how to read. Man, it's just not big, is it?
A book called How to Read. Truly the most inaccessible.
And it has like a person miming like reading and I don't know. You do find one book locked up in a chest.
Oh.
Well, first you have to break the lock, I guess.
But
So
we have spells that do that instantly.
yeah, cool. So you break the lock, you open it up. And this book says. Oh, actually, I should look up a specific name for this.
Is it Demon Summoning for Dummies?
No. Sorry, give me 1 second. Ah, fuck it. We'll just go simple. The Secret History of Conquered Worm by Vowel Schwab II.
Vowel Schwa?
Taking. That sounds very good. Oh, wait, actually, first thing I want to do an Arcana check on it to make sure it doesn't have any spell traps.
Is that Umlaut's uncle?
Cousin?
Well, you don't know. Dude. Has the same last name.
Okay.
we'll have to ask.
Spellcraft check.
Arcana
There is
check.
there's nothing. There's no traps, but there is an obfuscation enchantment. And when you open the pages, you figure out what it is. The pages appear blank.
Ah. Oh, taking it since Some one who knows books better than Taggle will figure it out.
Probably. Hang on a minute. Let me just check some. I have Dispel Magic. I can basically just get through that.
Dispel magic has some limitations, though.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, we can do that later. Currently, I'm told that I need to blow up something.
Oh yeah, because I wanted Lelia and Tig to cause a whole church foundation to blow up and cause it to collapse down on the demon temple below.
Okay. The hell, I'll use... How many bombs do I want to use?
Well, it's the end of the session, so I think you can use all of them reliably.
Yeah,
And
fuck
have
it.
it.
Yeah,
And
I've only...
have a restocked
What's up?
stash.
Wait, what's a Palantir?
It's like a type of sausage.
The Palantir is basically that orb from Lord of the Rings that Saruman communicated with
Oh.
Sauron.
Okay. So yeah, I'm
I
gonna
took
go
a
with...
guess with the spelling.
That's okay because we're not. It's not like it's an off-brand Palantir. We're not in Middle Earth, so we can't call it a Palantir. I'm just calling it that because that's a lot easier than spooky communication orb.
We will call it the Palindrome.
I palindrome I. And I am a snakehead eating the head on the other side. I palindrome I.
Knowing Tolkien with elf spelling, it's Palantir, apparently.
Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and burn all my 13 bombs. Oh, wait, 13? Yeah, 13 bombs. Tie them to the supports and let's light this sucker.
What's left of it, at least.
I'll add it to Howard's gear.
Do I still have the spray paint from when I was with the freaking...
No, that was spirit spray paint. It only affected the spirit world.
It's spiritual spray paint. Wait, I honestly, I misspelled that. I misread that as shaving our Palin. I'm just imagining the orb with the beard.
We're the Palantirs. You can be one too, because saving our Palin is the thing to do.
Shoot this man! Shoot him!
Shoot him!
Shoot him!
Shooter!
Him!
Fire! Water! Wind! Earth!
Useless!
Useless.
Hey,
No.
Hart, let
Your
you read
powers
people's...
combined! I am Commodore Palin!
I'm gonna
Hey,
say,
Hart lets you read people's minds and control animals. It's like
read people's
best
minds.
power.
What?
Because being able to summon...
Raven, you were saying something and we kept making jokes over you.
Sorry.
It's Skype cut out for me. I was saying, at one point he actually controlled the minds of people, but he stopped because that's fucking evil, or at least borderline.
If
And,
you're a wuss.
Look, I just think that we all deserve to see the deleted Captain Planet episode where he ate all of the children. Anyways.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm fairly certain there is
Story,
porn.
which I feel like we kind of just let
It's
die
porn.
for a second there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there is porn of that.
Alrighty, so...
They're blowing the temple.
He's our hero. He
So
is roaring.
Lelia and Tig rig with bombs, and then AR lights it up with a fireball, causing it to...
So, long story short, you guys loot everything that is lootable, finding not a lot of rewards, almost like this was a starter town. Corpses, and burn everything to ash, correct?
Yeah.
Nice! Once you've done that, it happens to be daybreak, and the teens come back from their fun rave to find the town burnt to ash and everybody dead in graves, and you guys look sitting there like, oof. Anyone explain to these teens what happened while they were partying?
It's like this when we got here. Fuck off.
It
Arrow's kind of
sort
like
of
in
was.
basically
It was like this when we got back.
basically
We're
demons,
not wrong.
demon
Nope.
cultists. Well, like Arrow's like trying like kind of like trying to stifle a bird.
Are you still a dragon? Because if so, you're not very convincing.
One teen breaks down. Oh God, Mom was right. She said if I smoked and drank, this would happen, and she's right.
Like,
Another one breaks down. They warned me this would happen if I kept touching myself.
I'm sorry, children.
I knew I should have gotten better TOEFL scores on the SATs. Oh God.
Okay, that's just way too real.
fuck that test.
Children come back and have a similar breakdown. And this town full of crying teens and teenagers is saved!
Are
Yay!
the witches gonna come or something and help?
Why would the children come back? They're with the witches.
Oh well, oh yeah, I guess that's right. I guess the children are saved the witches. So what are you gonna tell these teenagers to do?
Stoker is always available.
Take
There
them-
are
they-
witches through the forest. They can help you.
They're good witches.
Or that we can send to the
Alright,
wall
I
pill
guess
and
they're
simulate
actually-
the economy.
The witches need some young people to do stuff for them.
You start a new town.
Wait. Or
I guess-
other
To be fair,
things.
most of those kids are probably their little brothers and sisters. They will probably want to know what happened to them.
Just living
True.
with a bunch of witches is probably an option.
They're not really witches.
And all the teens head back to the woods, forlorn. You saved Mockin! Huzzah!
No, also, so
Fucking-
Era has definitely.
fuck this
spell
place.
is yeah, basically. Era's basically definitely turned back into back because I do not think I was already stretching with how long that spell went on.
Alright, so...
However, one last thing before I leave. I stand over the ruins of the temple, and I look at this guy. Are you pleased, then, Austin? And I turn and walk.
a duck flies by and gives you a thumbs up somehow.
At this point,
Shit.
I'm convinced Anarchin's true form is some sort of duck monster.
Oh,
Yeah.
A duck-billed
The
dinosaur.
pterodactyl. No, the pterodactyl.
So are you guys basically done here, you feel?
Yeah.
basically.
I believe
Okay.
so.
So with Mockin burned to the ground and all of its people dead except for the youth who now live with 6 lesbian witches, you decide
Oh,
it's probably okay to just leave. You got this one figured out. And as you head out back on the same road that you came into Mockin on, you find that another person was heading to Mockin at the same time that you were heading out.
I swear.
Person atop a black horse, very thin, kind of short, in black armor with a red robe, and a red insignia on their chest plate in the shape of a gripping talon.
Everyone.
And they see you coming out of the burnt wreckage of Mockin, and they draw their scythe, and that's where we're going to end for this session.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
fuck.
Couldn't have just done.
oh,
Wait, scythe?
Scythe.
yeah.
Well, Letty's gonna have a moment next time.
Yep.
For what it's worth, I never stopped being a dinosaur there.
I feel okay with that.
Yeah.
What sort of creature was Talia the entire time?
A Ceratosaurus.
Chicken lizard.
Chicken lizard.
Blood rager, a blood rager beast. I don't know. People call it different things.
A horned
Blood
rage
rager
beast.
sawtooth. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. It's got my leg.
Chicken lizard.
Did you guys
Oh dear
enjoy
God, it's got
today's
my leg.
session?
Absolutely.
Oh hell yeah.
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 It was fun.
Blew blew the fuck up.
Really felt like part of the team.
Oh, that's good.
You bit a demon in the dick.
And I
Yeah,
got
you are-
down.
You're definitely gonna fit in well in this group.
Yes.
I will say this: often I inexplicably make people hit things in the dick when they didn't say that they were hitting for the dick, because I find that funny. So you deciding to just hit the dick outright made me really happy.
Howard stabbed Rubicante in the face.
You guys just beat the shit out of him.
I
Well,
basically,
he
I
couldn't
basically,
do
I
anything
basically,
for 23 turns.
I basically liquefied. Honestly, he probably was already dead before that. I basically liquefied his innards.
I will say that this session definitely stoked my piss wizard as a player of diplomacy being able to solve problems in interesting ways.
Through two uses of intimidate.
Like,
I love the fact that I got a successful diplomacy roll, then we got firebombed, then we diplomacied our way out of it again.
so I'm gonna say this: you getting that first successful diplomacy roll was part of the reason you guys were able to sway the Doolahans to help you.
Oh, good.
So,
So how was this one all supposed to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So today's session was a lot of you guys like solving things way too quickly. My brain was like, "Fuck, did I not plan enough?" No, they're just cutting the threads. Originally, this was supposed to be like a creepy chase through the woods. Like some Blair Witch shit would go on. You'd have like a long, protracted battle with the Doolahans before eventually convincing them to stop or killing them, whichever would work. Before having like an end boss battle with the Blair Witches. But you guys were like, Buddy can seek out children and teenagers, and I was like, that makes enough logical sense where I'm going to allow it. Fuck. And like all these other things, and I was like, well, shit. And now they're like definitely certain that these witches are in the woods and killing kids, and like, this just feels too linear and expected, and also like it's going to end 3 hours earlier than I want it to. So I asked Pull at the last moment to basically decide to make the villagers of Maaken demon worshippers.
oh, fuck.
Basically, I would say probably the last 2 hours of the session I just made up on the fly and was like in between talking to you guys and letting you guys interact with each other, just pulling up things to like patchwork a different plot line entirely. But I like that a lot better.
Well,
Did a pretty
done.
fucking good job.
We did not expect that. It felt like one of your usual, oh, these are the bad guys. Nope, you're fucking idiots. It felt like something you just did.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be completely honest.
It did feel
Knowing Will
organic.
as a person, I didn't think, standard baby-eating witches were really the sort of thing that were him,
Exactly.
They weren't, and like I'm also gonna say part of it was also like when you got to the town and you got to the witch playing "Come Little Children" from Hocus Pocus. Like my brain was just like, it would be a lot more interesting if the witches were kidnapping the children for a good reason.
Also, I'm going to link that for Letty so he can freaking listen to this.
Yeah. It helps that, like, as a little kid, I had a huge crush on the blonde witch from Hocus Pocus. As part of a very common trend of little kid me seeing a fucking terrifying female villainess and being like, that's who I want to marry.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. I did the same thing. Had the same thing with Maleficent.
I had a crush on the White Witch from the, like, 70s cartoon of Narnia.
Jeez.
And
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know why. But I'm just like, wow, that explains a lot of reasons why I'm fucked up.
And explains your current crushes today, too.
I thought
No,
you didn't
it-
like Narnia.
I don't, but like I still saw the cartoon as a kid, and that's the fucked up thing. What I took away from that was like, yeah, I would totally sell out the human race for some Turkish delight with that lady. Fuck that lion.
To be fair, most of the good guys in Narnia were sanctimonious dick waffles.
It's really
The
good.
lie is literally God.
Witches don't exist in reality, because if they did and one was like, hey, wanna be my henchman for my Dark Crusade? I'd be like, yeah, sign me the fuck up. And that explains a lot of problems I have in life.
Yeah, a lot of dude, I was like the same thing with Maleficent. That she was
But
smoking.
yeah, it would just be like, I was like, it would be a really funny twist if like the town like trying to get the children back from the witches in the woods was the bad guys, and the witches luring children into the woods were doing it for a good reason. So I was like,
I actually read a webcomic that had a similar idea to that, though it didn't have the Headless Horseman song.
Which webcomic was that?
It's on the
I
tip of my
definitely do
tongue.
wonder what the chase would have been like.
would have been fun. I made the Headless Horseman really strong.
Yeah, I noticed.
What levels were they?
Well, normally a Doulahan is a challenge rating 7. But I gave them some additional buffs and powers just to give you guys a bit of a challenge.
No Rest for the Wicked, that's the comic.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
I'm gonna say, so this town, the theme isn't quite as well suited as with Stoker. The town Machen is taken from Victorian author. Has a lot of really good stories, but arguably his most famous is The Great God Pan, which is sort of a precursor to cosmic horror and Lovecraft.
Yep.
It's one of the works Lovecraft specifically cites as being an inspiration. Like it reads like a Lovecraft story before Lovecraft. The Great God Pan's, like, what I took from that, like, I was like, well, okay, so The Great God Pan, like, it's cosmic horror, and there's a lot of, like, mad science, which wouldn't quite gel with the setting, at least not, like, you know, with the overall feel of Conquered Worm. Like, there's gonna be some places where that would work, but not quite, like, having this town also be focused on that would be, like, overkill, I guess. So I decided to go with a more vague reference. So The Great God Pan, the villain in The Great God Pan is this girl named Helen Vaughn, who's the product of a person who had their pineal gland open so they could see into the realm of some eldritch monster that they call the Great God Pan. And Helen is born of this person who sees into that netherworld, and thus is sort of part human and part something much more dangerous. So I was like, okay, Great God Pan has sort of like these pagan leanings, and it has this femme fatale demi-demon as the villain. Let's go with Machen as sort of my witch horror town. And I decided that I just felt like witch horror kind of worked well. Like, it would also work in some Blair Witch stuff, and that kind of ties into, like, Legend of Sleepy Hollow for me. So, like, I just sort of treated this as, like, let's do this as sort of, like, Massachusetts-style, old-school witches and Headless Horseman-style 1700s horror.
And we completely bypassed all of that.
Pretty much!
To be fair, you
That's
kind
the
of.
joy of tabletop.
Yeah.
You never quite know where it's going, even if you
I
know
don't mind. I thought today's session went really well. Just way off the rails in a crazy way.
Gotta split us up more, I guess.
There were some times where you're like, maybe we should. No, don't split the party, you freaking idiots.
I don't want to kill you guys.
I know, but that doesn't stop us from getting beaten to a pulp and/or kidnapped.
Yeah, true. We'll see what happens. But that's one more town off the map.
Whoa.
I think we can
Completely off the map.
Yeah, we should permanently remove Machen.
How strong was Rubicante?
Rubicante is a CR-13 creature.
It was
Okay.
actually less than the troll.
At least this manifestation of Rubicante was.
Yeah, I didn't figure we actually killed him, did we?
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Yeah. I think we're gonna encounter him again later on.
Thing about demons. Once you die, where do you go?
To hell.
Where do demons normally reside?
Hell.
There's not really killing them, there's just sending them home for a while.
You know, in a body bag.
We sent him to his room.
So basically, from Rubicante's perspective, he was doing business as usual with some of his followers, and then his daughter showed up with her fucking thug friends, killed all of his work buddies, and then together beat the hell out of him without so much as a blow.
Oh my god. It
Which is
reads
why
like a bad.
before being sucked to hell, where Lelia, what the fuck?
This reads like a bad 70s, what were those? Oh, those. I can't remember what they were, but they're always like, "Hey, watch your children, or they will turn into thugs, and they will, basically be demon worshippers or what." The overblown morals and whatnot. I can't remember what those are called now.
Watch your kids, or they'll be demon slayers.
The part that gets me is the fact that the mayor eating babies was treated as a joke, but then, it kind of on the fly became completely relevant to the plot, but it wasn't intended to be.
And to be fair, we've already run into one town who used to be demon worshippers.
Yeah,
True.
Joker used to worship
It's gonna be a
Rubicante's
simple
boss.
trend.
At this rate, at least one town will worship one of the Malboge each.
They also worship Rubicante.
One fun thing, is like, not to pat myself in the back here, but the fact that I was able to pull so many details out of that and make them actually relevant to a twist I pulled out of my ass, I feel pretty stunning.
No, yeah, you deserve that.
Yeah.
Well, you should seriously publish this. Like, I would pay money. I would pay money for an island for the
Like what? Have someone transcribe all of this and put it into some sort of coherent story?
Like as a campaign, for DMs to play, to show their other, to have their other people play through.
Ah, so like a source book then.
Yeah.
Also, we need to extend credit where it's due. This wouldn't have been nearly as fun without all the wonderful voice acting.
Oh yeah, very true.
We all did a very good job of that.
Basically, I had this whole little emotional scene planned out for my religious crisis phase, and TG's like, aha, no.
Well, yeah, actually, you and Letty both were like, okay, I want to talk to the god, and here's all the things I want to say. I was like, all right, you're going to talk to the god. We'll see how it plays out.
Problem is, gods don't give a shit.
Well, the thing is, like, I've got to make up what I say on the fly. So, like, you can skip something out, but I'm going to be honest. When I'm getting the roleplay, I'm just going to think of what the character would say. And it might take the conversation in different directions.
It's fair enough.
Was Kay good? I was worried about Kay.
You did pretty well. If you want me to send you a note of just little quirks or something, I can do that.
That would be nice. I'm trying. I watched like a lot of Alucard.
Oh, I can tell, and I think that worked for this rendition.
Yeah, like I was.
Kay is the character. Like Kay and Lelia are characters I just apply to any setting. Of like, crap, I need a character. I can't make one. Oh, I'm just gonna shoehorn them into this.
Like
that's basically it.
And no one else has to feel they have to add other characters to the setting. Like, don't feel pressured. Like, I've got some nervousness of Kay and some nervousness of Lilt because they're not characters that I created. They're characters that other people created that I have to kind of make personalities for. And, like, I can roleplay my characters that I make up pretty easily because I know them. Whereas if I'm roleplaying someone else's character, unless it's like a public domain character and good chance I don't give a shit. Like, it's going to be like, oh, I want to make sure that I'm doing this as right as I can. It's not as natural a headspace. But I hope I did him some justice. And we'll see what happens next week when I do that again.
Next week?
Should I send you like if you want I could send you a note or something just in case.
If you want like some bullet points, don't give me lots of paragraphs because that's not going to be easy to remember.
Question.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah?
Everyone's character has art so far, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I got to draw revised art for Buddy.
Despite some statements to the contrary.
Howard's
You,
got
I do
art.
what I want.
Yeah.
It's funny, like, your picture of Howard, honestly, like 2 years ago, he kind of looks like an older version of me.
Oh my god.
Like, there was a play in college where I had to grow my facial hair out like that, and, like, Howard just kind of looks like an older version of me from that.
Well,
That is awesome.
Raven said, Neville Smythe. You said a younger, God damn it.
Roosevelt.
Thank you.
Don Quixote?
And then you said Don Quixote. And they just kind of melted together like that. And that's what I got. Also, fuck you, I do what I want. And you all know that I'm not going to be here next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think we could.
So
it's
is the one next week or the week after that?
Either. She won't be
Also,
back
I-
until the 27th, correct?
Yeah, the 27th, so I'll miss it either way.
Okay.
Well,
So
this was also development for Buddy, so.
Should we say that, like, Buddy is, like, indisposed the entire time, too, kind of, like, just hanging over her bed as she's under the Underdark flu, or?
Important question. Do we want to just skip until March 4th? I know that's 2 weekends without, but we did just have 2 sessions in a row.
That's fine.
We could do that.
I don't mind if...
feel right not having the full party together.
Especially
done
with this
before.
next encounter. Well, this next encounter is right off the bat, and suddenly we're missing Ari is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, there is one thing. Paladins do kind of have have a lawful good thing. I mean, I don't know. We could probably. It is possible like have an ass bowl. Like sudden appearance like Ari failed a check or something, and thing like law plus chaos equals unconscious cat.
What?
Yeah, but it's not. It's no fun to just suddenly incapacitate characters just
Like-
because the player's not available.
I'm used to doing that, like, in general. That's why I have the Underdark flu and the sleep of the tiefling and other bullshit things that I make up to very poorly explain while characters aren't around. Like that one time Howard just took a nap. My thing is that, because Scala does the recordings and the postings, and also Buddy, it's going to be really hard to explain Buddy not murdering you all when she's incapacitated.
He's kind of cool with us now.
And the other thing is that, like, look, you guys are going to be running into Lilt next session, and also starting another trek of your journey. If we were, like, in the middle of an arc, I would feel better about having a character gone, because, like, often, like, in the middle of a long arc, you don't have, like, a lot of catching up to do between sessions.
Yeah, next session we're gonna need Scott's 500,000 GP when we get back.
The fact is that we would have a player missing an introduction to a town, and I feel that's kind of crucial.
Yep.
So that's why I'm feeling like delay would be better.
Yeah, and we also need her 500,000 gold.
Lelia knows about it. She can just pickpocket it and continue on.
Yeah, I
The
did
one
Because it's
alternative-
in my chest.
The one alternative I do think that we could possibly do is a prequel session.
Oh God.
Maybe we'll talk about that in chat tomorrow. But for now, I'm saying we'll skip until the 4th unless we work something else out.
We
That's
did
okay.
also talk about Howard wanted to make everybody have a campfire site and we all sit down and talk.
I don't know if that's just something that's needed, but just like that could be a scene that happens at some point. If
Yeah,
wanted to
well, we
character
could-
development.
We could kind of retcon it and say it happened like 2 days out on the road or something before we hit this place.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah, I think
and
it
I
should
won't,
be.
won't be able to interact in any way.
Yeah, I think we should do it
post everything. Like it can be post all this stuff so that like if there's anything to say, we can use everything that's been happening so far as material. You know.
Yeah, that might be a better idea.
Versus if we said it earlier in the story, we have to remember like what our characters knew back then and what they didn't know.
So I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a normal session between now and the 4th, but tomorrow in chat, I'm going to get some ideas. I'm going to say for those of you who might be there, I want you to think of some backstory things that you think might be interesting to explore.
Okay.
In Conquered Worm or our characters?
Your characters.
Ah,
Okay.
All right.
not that me.
And you know what, Scada, you do it too. And
Okay.
like if we end up making it work out, we'll open the next action, like continued story of Conquer Word session with your flashback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good
Does
to
that
me.
cool to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Great session tonight. Went off the rails in a glorious way. See you.
Don't they always?
They always do, and that's why I love the game. See you tomorrow in chat.
alright.
Alrighty.
And
Yeah.
sorry about the TV picture. Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night. You are not.